So let me ask you this. Do you like old school arcade racing games? Do you like neon pixel art graphics? Do you like the 80s? Then let me tell you that today I have the game for you. And greetings YouTube gamers, welcome to another episode of Retro Raider. My name is Johnny Retro and welcome back to the channel. That's right, today I bring you the review of 80's Overdrive. 80's Overdrive is a 2D pixel art racing game designed to take you back in time to when 8 and 16-bit consoles and arcades ruled the world. In this retro-inspired indie game, you can compete against opponents in career mode to unlock new races, buy new cars, and upgrade them with state-of-the-art technologies. You can also try your racing skills in time attack mode and see how far you can get in this race against the clock. And you can even create your own tracks with built-in track generator and easily share them with your friends. For lack of better comparison, that's said that this game is kind of a modern approach but still faithful to games like Outrun. And here is how I heard about 80's Overdrive and why did I jump into the game? Well, I actually received a review code for Steam, and if you follow my channel, you know that I'm not very much into racing games. I did play a couple of them, but not a lot of 2D racing games, but I was completely hooked to the graphics. I mean, it is not just a modern pixel art game. 80's Overdrive summarizes all the characteristics of the 80s in 2D. The themes on each track, the vehicles, the neons, every color is vibrant, the textures are super detailed, and of course this is the beautiful advantage of making pixel art games today. I mean, it looks so arcade perfect, it looks like, you know, like Neo Geo. Let me honestly say this, if this game was indeed a game from the 80s, it would have been the most beautiful game made during the 80s. And taking into account that I'm not an expert in racing games, I did some research on the background of this game and the company behind it. And this game was developed and published by Insane Code, and it turns out that it was actually a late 2017 3DS release, and its latest version arrived on Steam in November 19th this year. However, early on this year there was a Nintendo Switch version, and I'm more of a console gamer than a PC gamer, even though I tried both versions. And I want to thank and give a huge shout out to Insane Code. I approached them online and I told them I had the Steam code, but I was wondering if they could provide me with a Nintendo Switch one. They did, I tried both versions, and yeah, this is why I'm making the review, because the game is awesome. Now, about the actual game, well, you start by creating a profile. You choose a character icon, a name of course, and you choose a car. It's a racing game, you need a car. You will spend most of your time in career mode, unlocking new tracks, new cars, improving your skills, and also earning money. And in 80's Overdrive, money is key. Money is literally your fuel to keep on with the game. You need to buy fuel, you have to repair your car, you will be upgrading car pieces, and there is also a fee to enter each race. And only the victor takes the cash, so yeah, there is some grind involved here. And with that grind you will get better and better at the game, improving your skills and of course earning more money. The game is fast, very fast, and even though it is a 2D game, it feels modern, you know, at the same time. It's like they preserved old school mechanics again, like Outrun, but it feels new, it feels fresh. And I'm not gonna lie, in the beginning I had some hard times, you know, handling the cars, you know, in portable mode, but on the PC, the Steam version, and on the big screen with the Pro Controller, it felt great. This is of course just my personal opinion, so take it with a grain of salt. I don't recommend you guys playing this, you know, on a handheld mode. I mean, if you're playing on the Switch, of course. But again, this is just my personal opinion. However, the game looks beautiful in handheld on a Switch. I know, even though the original game was made, you know, for a handheld, I mean, the 3DS, but me personally, I prefer to play it on the big screen. And what you get with this new version is a 1080p upgrade and also 2 new game modes. The most appealing one is, of course, the level editor. The editor gives you 8 different and unique backgrounds to choose from and customize your level with things like lengths of the track, the amount of turns, how harsh and tight those turns are, the amount of traffic and obstacles, and the likelihood of police to catch you. Simple, intuitive, but with enough space for creativity. You can then name your track and share it with other people that purchase the game via a code. Unfortunately, these codes are generated and not unique to you. Now let's talk about the cars. Upgrading your cars is also part of the fun. You start with one of 2 and you can get up to 6 cars. You can paint the car, upgrade the engine, the steering, the bumpers, and you can also get nitro for that extra edge. You can even get a radar to help you avoid the cops. So aside from the grind that you really need to do, you know, to unlock more tracks and earn more money, there's also some management involved here in the garage. Sometimes the game even throws you random challenges to get you extra money on the tracks. So yeah, take advantage of that. Difficulty-wise, well, this is a racing game, so practice makes it perfect. But it's hard, it's a tough game. But not frustrating, because the grind and upgrades keeps you moving. In 80's Overdrive, the more you play it, the better you get at it. In later tracks though, sometimes either you're lucky or you need to make a perfect race. You also have time attack, where you choose branching paths that take you through different racing environments. And the goal here is to see how far you can get on the race without other racers. This mode can take pretty much forever, but it's good for practice. Last but not least, and for me this is one of the most important parts, I mean in every video game, the soundtrack. Yeah, I'm a musician, what can I do? This wouldn't be an 80's themed game without an 80's themed soundtrack. And that is exactly what you get here in 80's Overdrive. We have a total of 18 synth retrowave music scores, and we even have a radio. That's right, a radio where we can pick and choose our favorites. It's techno, it has some rock influences sometimes, the production is amazing. It literally sounds like a soundtrack that came out of the 80's. And with that note, no pun intended, I end my review. So did I enjoy the game? I absolutely did. Even though I didn't play a lot of racing games during my gaming years, this is definitely one that got me hooked for hours and hours. But with that being said, is this a game for you? Well, I mean, if you like old school arcade racing games, if you like games like Outrun, well, probably, I think that you will enjoy it. If you like the 80's, if you're looking for that retro vibe in an indie game, you will probably enjoy it as well. But if you're more into modern racing games, you know, those super realistic racing emulators, well, I don't know if this would be the game for you, because it's a very different thing here, but hey, give it a go. The game is already available on Steam and also on the Nintendo Switch. Once again, a huge shout out for Insane Code to provide me with a review code for the Nintendo Switch. Thank you so much. And guys, let me know about you, let me know down below. Are you a fan of old school racing games? Did you play 80's Overdrive? Did you play the original version on the 3DS? Have you tried the game on Steam or on the Nintendo Switch? So let me know down below. Guys, if you have the extra time, feel free to follow me on social media. I'm on Twitter, Facebook and Instagram. And as always, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to put a like on this video. Please subscribe to the channel and take care of yourselves, take care of the gaming community and game a lot.